Line number 87. We should do everything Jesus said. Let that one sink in for a moment. We should do everything Jesus said. There's a new movement of those who call themselves red letter Christians. And they say, I'm living by the red letters in the Bible, in the New Testament. The things that, the Bibles that have the words of Jesus in red. I'm doing what Jesus said. Well, the truth is, we need to consider how to rightly divide the word. Jesus Christ said a lot of things at times when he was not speaking to you. Now, I'm not minimizing the words of Jesus. The words of Jesus are very important. In fact, his words are so important that we need to properly understand them. And we do that by examining to whom he was speaking, when he was speaking, and what he was saying. Remember that Jesus ministered under the old covenant, and so he said a lot of things to those folks that once he had died on the cross and had been raised from the dead, those things became obsolete in terms of your life. Now, if you bristle at this, or if you find yourself saying, wait a minute, now he's gone too far, he's saying we don't have to do everything Jesus said, I ask you the question, do you really believe you should do everything Jesus said? Do you? Well, let me ask this. What about in Matthew 5 when he said, if you look upon a person with lust in your heart, you should pluck your eye out? Now, I want to tell you, any man watching this, if you really believe you should do everything Jesus said, you better get busy and start digging at your sockets right now. What about when he said, if you're tempted to steal, chop your hand off? What about when he told the rich young ruler, go sell everything that you have and give it to the poor? Now, you see, those who say, well, we should do everything that Jesus said, the truth is they conveniently pick and choose the things they want to do that he said while ignoring and explaining other things away. How about where Jesus, after he washed his disciples' feet, he said, as I've done this to you, so you should do this to each other. Have you washed other Christians' feet? I'm just making the point that if we're going to stand doggedly and determinedly on a certain point like this, then let's practice it. Let's be consistent about it. No, the point is, it is a lie that we should do everything Jesus said. What we should do is understand what Jesus said and what it meant and when it was said, and take his word seriously enough to rightly divide the word of truth and to apply his words in the way that they were intended to be applied. If you believe the lie that you should do everything Jesus said, you're going to experience a lot of self-condemnation in your life, because I know you're not going to do everything he said, like plucking out your eye, selling all you have, giving it to the poor, probably even washing other Christians' feet. So let's rightly divide the word and take the words of Jesus seriously enough that we examine them in light of the new covenant. Because when we do that, we will discover truth that will set us free in our own grace walk.